Hello everyone, it's Monday. I'm gonna pack orders from plants that I have to ship out. Usually I pack my plants on Sunday evening, but the parcel shop changed their opening times and they're not open before 1 p.m. So I do have some time in the morning to pack all the plants, which has my preference. The least amount of time they have in their box, the better. I'm gonna start with opening heat packs. Not all customers add a heat pack to their order, but I highly recommend it if it's under 15 degrees of Celsius. And right now it's almost freezing temperatures. So some of these plants have been in my house for much longer than they should have been. I do not ship plants even with a heat pack when it's below 5 degrees of Celsius, because even with a heat pack or even with 2 heat packs, the plant will suffer. And we don't want that. So I keep the plants for a little bit longer, which is completely fine with me. I would say that my customer service is pretty okay, but when you do not add a heat pack to your order when it's below the 15 degrees of Celsius, it is kind of your own risk. It's very clearly mentioned in my shipping policy, which I link in every single listing of plants. So you should all be aware of the fact that you should add a heat pack. Anyway, it is your money. If you don't want it and you want to take the risk, that's all up to you. But I highly recommend adding a heat pack. Anyway, I'm gonna open them, I'm gonna shake them up a little bit so they can warm up. Then I'm gonna clean the plants, I will wrap the plants, I will pack the boxes, and I have around 1 hour to do all of this before the parcel shop opens, and I want to be there as soon as I can. So let's start. I am very aware that there are also heat packs from 48 hour or 20 hour. For me, it's not really interesting to add these kind of ones because I always want to keep in mind that a parcel can be delayed, especially parcels that go abroad. I just can't really guarantee it's next day delivery or with 1 business day in between. They take a couple of minutes to warm up and they get, I would say, really comfortably warm. So shake it up a little bit so the oxygen flows through the material. Okay, I have 5 plant orders and 1 non-plant order. The first is from Ilias. It's staying within the Netherlands and it is this beautiful dog block Michelle. I think the Michelle is always going to be a good plant because it's so beautiful. I love the new leaves, of course, especially when they're not hardened out yet. They're absolutely beautiful. I have a little bit of a damp cloth. It's just water and I'm going to dust off the plant. Sometimes I'm not doing that before shipping out a plant because then I have beneficial bugs and it would be, I think, a waste to wipe off the beneficial bugs. And what I usually do is take a little bit of polyfill, put it around the pot's substrate and then just tape it. Where's the taper? And then just seal the pots like this. I always make sure that in winter the plants are not freshly watered when I ship them out, because if the substrate is very cold, if it's very wet, the substrate will get very cold and it may damage the roots of the plant, and we definitely do not want that. So I always lose my scissors, but I have 2 types of scissors here. I take a piece of ripped cardboard and I just snip it. I always put the ribs on the outside and then tape the plant in. And then fill up the rest with polyfill, so all leaves are protected. If the box gets a little bit of a shake, then the leaves are shaken into the polyfill. And it's, you know, it's also really nice to unbox the polyfill. It's like a mystery. And I love that myself. So I love that experience, to give that experience to my customers. I'm making sure that the leaves do not hit the cardboard directly. And then I just wrap it up. And last, if the plant has a tag like this Doc Block Michelle, I am taping it to the box. And then this is the plant the customer is going to receive. What I like to do is take the packing sheet, put the plants on there, and then when I'm gonna fill the boxes, all the plants are like stacked in the right order. So plant number 1. Plant number 2 is a philodendron, a Florida Beauty crossed with Mayoi. This is going to Andreas, also stays within the Netherlands, and this plant has also been with me for a couple weeks longer than the customer and I would have liked because of the weather. It can be very frustrating when the weather just goes bananas, when they first say it's going to be okay, but then all of a sudden it's not. It's just out of my control. I can't really do anything with that. So I highly appreciate it when customers are, you know, understanding and friendly. I think that's the most important. I just want the best for you and for the plant. I swear, these scissors, they're always messing with me. By the way, if you see any cardboard that looks like this, it is because my cat Nami, she loves chewing cardboard and then she leaves it alone. She doesn't eat it, but that's the reason why, yeah, I'm still gonna use it obviously, because it's gonna be a waste if I don't. But she's a little goofball. And the same with the boxes. She also likes to chew on the boxes. So I'm sorry if you think it's unprofessional, but it doesn't harm anyone, right? This plant has a new leaf incoming, so I'm going to be very sure that that entire leaf is wrapped with a polyfill. And I want it to be as fluffy as possible. Plant number 2. Then I have 2 plants for another customer within the Netherlands. The first is the philodendron snowdrift. It's a very cute small plant. And the second one is the Anthurium caipiriana, variegated one. I showed this one in my latest video with the variegated leaves. It's a beautiful plant. It's very easy. And I'm very happy somebody finally bought it. Because like I said in my previous video, I do have a couple of these left and I don't understand why people don't like them, because they're beautiful and very easy to take care of, and they're actually very cheap as well. So I'm very happy this one is finally going to somebody's home. Just dusting some of these plants. It's not really dust, it's from, if I don't have beneficial bugs, I do, when I water them, I spray their foliage as well. And when that water dries up, it sometimes leaves a little bit of, I don't know, is it calcium residue or something? When you have harsh water. It doesn't really bother the plants though, it's just cosmetic. But I never clean leaves that are still hardening off. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday season. Did you do anything fun for Christmas or maybe New Year's? I would love to know. I personally didn't do a lot during Christmas or New Year's Eve. We were actually just chilling at home with the 2 of us. We had on Christmas Eve a family dinner from the boyfriend, and that's it. And I'm also working on my 2026 I wouldn't say New Year resolutions, but things I would like to work on for the business or myself. I would like to improve my web shop and dive a little bit more into the design of it and its coding. I do use Shopify, which is a template-based system. But I don't know, I just don't understand how it works. And I do feel like nowadays it's very important how your website looks. Same for social media. I have to do a lot with social media again. I just get burned out very easily with social media. Especially like short-term things like Instagram or filming reels, for example. I don't mind filming long-term things if I have ideas, because sometimes it's a little bit difficult for me to figure out what people find interesting, especially because both my webshop and my channels are still very small. I feel like it's not really interesting for people to tell a lot about myself because we don't really have a bond through my content, I guess. I recently got a little bit of a winter break from the webshop because of the temperatures. It meant that the webshop didn't have any products on them and also no plants. I recently reopened the webshop and I am, listing plants that I really need to get rid of or that are really ready to be sold. They're going to be set plants, and set plants in my books means that they are healthy but they have cosmetic damage. But I feel a little bit overwhelmed at the moment, I'm not gonna lie. We have recently moved houses, which also means for me that I moved the place I'm running my business in. And the conditions in this house are very different than the conditions we were in at the previous house. The insulation is very, very bad, and right now it's very cold in the house. All the plants in their tent they're okay, they're holding on because there's a heater in there. But all of my own personal plants, everything is going downhill, and I feel like the more I try to save them, the worse they are. So I really try to stay on top of my own plants. But I don't know, we just have to work with the things we have, I guess. And for now, that's not very optimal. That being said, I will try to clear out some of the space in the tent because I am ready for new kind of plants. And which plants I want to sell, I don't know yet because I haven't been to the wholesaler in person. I don't know what they're selling over there. It's kind of far away from me as well, but I am planning to go there the 1st of February. It's on a Sunday and I'm going with one of my plant friends. And I am going to see if they have anything interesting for me that I could take with me. And if I do take any plants, I do need to have space in the tent. So it would be nice if I have sold a lot of the set plants, for example, or duplets or whatever. Okay, these are the 2 plants for Maggie. Then I have one more beautiful Michelle, which is going to Jamie in Spain. So thank you so much, Jamie, for your order and your trust in me. And of course, all the patience, because also this plant stayed with me for quite a long time. Plant number 5. Then I have only one plant left, and that is this Monstera White Monster. Again, this plant stayed with me for quite a long time. This one is going to Riccardo in Italy. So thank you so much, Riccardo, for your order and your patience. Like I said, I highly appreciate it. I do not like wasting my cardboard, so I'm gonna attach 2 pieces together. It might look a little bit ghetto, but it is a sustainable way for both you and me I have to buy less cardboard and there's less waste. So I think it's a win. Okay, and then this is the monster. And then the last order I have to pack is for my friend Norisa. She ordered 2 big pegs of sphagnum moss. And these were actually the last ones I had in stock. Soon I will go to the supplier and get new moss. I'm gonna get boxes for these plants, and I will be right back. This is the plant to Italy. It fits in a small box and that's very nice for me. If it is a big box with a lot of paper filling, 1 heat pack is probably not enough and I will need to add another one at my own cost. So I always like it when something like this fits in one tiny box. Even if you had a heat pack, it is very important that you do not, and I repeat, do not put it directly onto the plant. As the heat pack is quite warm, it will most likely burn your plant even, and that's obviously something we do not want. And lastly, I'm cutting the shipping labels. I do like to put them in a plastic sheet because it sometimes happens that a parcel does get wet and dirty and the shipping label can fade. It's not really an issue delivery wise because the parcel will get delivered. It's just that it probably takes 1 working day longer, and with this weather we do not want that. Okay, I'm in the vehicle. I am going to the parcel shop right now. It's very close by, but there's still snow and ice outside, so I'm scared that I'm gonna fall. So I'm gonna go there by car and I will just bring the parcels there, and that's it for today.